Hello, Rob here, and welcome to R&B Reviews. Last October, we lost Sean Connery, and while a lot of people were focusing more on his James Bond films and his role in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, there were some people quick to point out other films that he had done, like The Untouchables, which is the film where he won a Best Supporting Oscar, or even the film that I'm about to review today called The Hill. The movie came out in 1965, and it's a tense, suspenseful, thought-provoking character study set in a North African military prison during World War II, and it follows 5 new prisoners who struggle to survive in the face of brutal punishment and sadistic guards. The prisoners that go there are convicted of various offenses such as insubordination, being drunk while on duty, and even going AWOL. The point of the military prison is to take these rebellious prisoners and conform them into behaved soldiers. The hill itself is a giant sandhill that's located in the middle of the prison, which the prisoners, as a punishment, oftentimes have to go up and down, over and over and over again.
A few tons of sand and rock and a lot of labor and sweat. The prisoners built it.
Well, that's marvelous, sir. It's a great construction feat.
Something tells me you're going to get to know it well.
I don't want any special privileges.
It's hot on that hill. Hot.
I fancied I saw snow on the top when I came in.
Dead set on having a go at it, aren't you?
Now, I can do without it, sir, but I think you've got other plans for me.
What I read about the movie, it was not a success when it first came out, but Connery took the film to prove to producers and to the studios that he was more than a James Bond, and it did lead to more challenging acting roles when he left that part. The film is directed by Sidney Lumet, who directed 12 Angry Men and Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, which I reviewed last year, and it's based on a play by Ray Rigby. Besides Sean Connery, the cast is mainly made up of character actors that regularly showed up in British films and TV at the time. Connery's fellow prisoners are played by Roy Kinnear, Ossie Davis, Alfred Lynch, and Jack Watson, and the guards include Harry Andrews as the tough, grotesque Sergeant Major, Ian Bannon, and Ian Hendry. Plus, legendary stage and film actor Michael Redgrave plays the medical officer at the prison. Now, with Sidney Lumet as the director, you know the technical aspects are going to be top quality. The movie at times is filmed like a documentary, with the characters swiftly following the front of the actors, or we're simply observing characters doing things. For example, right at the beginning of the film, we see a prisoner climbing up the hill, exhausted, and then he collapses. We also see the lead characters go through the same punishment as well, and the way those shots are set up, I could feel their exhaustion and almost feel the heat. The movie makes an effort to add realism in order to make it feel like you are there as this movie is taking place and you are watching this happen. Lumet uses extreme close-ups for intense scenes as well as quick cuts, making the characters more relatable, and for claustrophobic effect, also making us feel like we're boxed in and trapped like the prisoners. You can see the sweat and humidity on the actors' faces, and even myself, I began to feel the fear that they were feeling. And after a while, I could also kind of observe the conformity and sameness of the prisoners throughout the film. Like, oftentimes in the background, I'll see the soldiers or the prisoners marching the same or even exercising the exact same way. There's also interesting things that Lumet did with lighting and the sound, and I gotta say, for a movie that came out in 1965, it still has a modern feel that I think holds up today. I also like how we learn about the characters as well, like how they feel about one another and their personalities through their conversations and even their own movement. Sean Connery is snarky as the squadron sergeant major who is convicted of assaulting his commanding officer and for abandoning a battle, and he is excellent, and he really gets to show off some very interesting acting here.
I'm a regular soldier because I couldn't get a bloody job in Civvy Street. But I was a good toy, clockwork soldier, just like you are. You throw an order at me and I could pick it up like a dog picks up a bone.
On your feet and you listen.
No, you listen! 3 bloody years in the desert, 3 bloody years fighting underpaid gunmen, that's who we are.
Treason! You're talking treason!
Right!
Get on your feet!
Roy Kinnear sort of plays against type. He usually does strictly comedic roles, and he does a little bit here, but the role is definitely more dramatic than what I'm used to seeing him play. Ossie Davis plays a character who's from the West Indies and is a British subject, but he encounters racism at the prison.
King's rules and regulations laid down in black and white that Hottentots, pursuiters, voodoo boys, and sons of witch doctors do their square bashing separate and away from white men.
I'm a British subject from the West Indies.
You're black.
That makes me happy when I see some white men, sir.
Don't answer back, you different-colored bastard.
Man, I spit.
Even the personality of some of the guards are kind of different based on how they treat the prisoners. For example, Ian Hendry's character treats them more cruelly. Harry Andrews sort of uses them for his own amusement, and Ian Bannon is sort of like the conscience of the prison. He kind of sympathizes the men in some ways. The film also focuses on a lot of themes, including the pointless punishments simply to break the human spirit. It also tackles racism, as I mentioned, and it also explores the use of misuse, I should say, of power with the prison leaders. The movie slowly boils along until like the last half hour or so, and then it really reaches a boiling point and it sort of intensifies from there. I highly recommend this movie, especially if you're a Sean Connery fan, or if you like thought-provoking films like Full Metal Jacket, or if you're just looking for something different. Check out The Hill with Sean Connery. Alright, that's my review of the movie. If you have seen the movie, go ahead and post your comments in the comment box below. Feel free to check out some other movie reviews of all kinds of movies and shows that you can either watch in the comforts of your own home or perhaps at your local movie theater. And if you're interested, hit the like button. And also, if you want to be a subscriber, please hit that bell so you can get notifications. Thank you very much for watching.